Am I live? Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Hello, everybody. But there are 0 viewers right now, so hello, nobody. Just wait a minute for this to totally start up. Make sure it's working. I should be able to jump over to the comments thing without having the video load. There we go. Okay. So yes, today I will be animating Lloyd, episode 1. Continuing that, I want to finish up scene 1, which I'm a little bit behind with. Backgrounds and props are still temporary for the most part. Storyboards by Chris Bow. So we're going to be focusing on all of these little side things, these side shots. Let me know if there's any audio issues, because I think last time we did this, there was a lot of staticky stuff, because I can't hear that. But hopefully something to watch, something to enjoy. No, Miranda wanted something to go on, as she was bored at work and apparently not working. Just kidding.
More in your game.
So this is scene 1. So I need to make a temporary background and throw Lloyd and his date in here. What the best way to set that up is, let me just grab both of them. Why not? And there, there. They got to be layered in such a way that the table, the above parts of them and below parts of them. Yep. Let's get this and break. Really, what we only want is the heads to be at the right spot. We'll fix that momentarily. We'll put them at 1 now. Get rid of this. So we want to get the. I need more of that. I'll set that up. We'll figure out how to set it up. All right, so take this backwards. Break. Now, set up a temporary table that I have to work with before the rest of the stuff is finished. Too much. That'll work. That. The thickness. I don't even know why I do this. I'm just like, I need something to make sure I'm there visually. And let's go back up 10. We'll get to animating soon. I'm just setting up the shot with things that are going to eventually be replaced with better graphics. Yeah, it's already in a thing. So we'll put this on top. And really I'm doing this so I can put them all, whoops, need to lock that layer, put them all into an F8 symbol. Anim scene 1 Lloyd plus Linus table. So I use this in 3 shots. Basically what I do, let's see if people have joined. I have 3 viewers. Hello, viewers. I will try to keep up with comments on the YouTube page. Hello, Joseph. Yeah, I'll go back. I can go back and fix up her face. Just more work for me to do. So we'll leave that one. And at this point, let's set this one. We'll move it back over. All these things I got to fix, Joseph. All for you.
Is sugar even common in Manhattan? It is. Even common in Manhattan?
I was gonna go do animation, but Joseph wants me to fix all this up. Yeah, I'm just messing with it. Let's see. Her face goes to the right, which means these should go back to the left. 1 or 2. We'll just do 1. We'll do the same thing. 2. This cosmetic cleanup, really. I should have paid attention to when I was setting this up. But Joseph knows the character faces better than I do. Both of them.
Why focus on the sugar, Lloyd? Isn't it the booze that should make you more on your game?
So this may have some spoilers in it. It shouldn't have that much. This is really going to be scene 1.
Why?
Let's do this first. Doop, 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 doop. Joseph, one thing we might have to do for the next episode, because it's actually becoming a problem, a little bit of a problem, is we need to resize the models. Because right now they're at like, I don't know, 800 by 600, something close to that, when it should be a lot closer to 1280 by, or 1080 width. Doot, 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 doot.
Why focus on the sugar? Why focus on the sugar, Lloyd? Isn't it the booze that should make you more on your game?
That's a bit too low, unfortunately. The rest of these look fine.
Common in Manhattan? It is. Why focus on the sugar?
That's got to be raised up 1. Let me raise her face up. Face up.
Why focus on the sugar?
Okay.
More on your game? Sugar. I've got news for you. The date is going poorly.
All right, so this one's going to transition back. I don't have any eye movements on this one. Oh well, as long as it still works.
The date is going poorly.
When does her face go back? Right now, poorly. Right here. So we're going to do everything. So we'll just... Yeah, it should be fine. This will be her putting her hand back, her hand back on her face.
Got news for you. The date is going poorly. It's going poorly.
Just let me rotate that to be easing completely out.
Is going poorly.
Yeah, that works a lot better. A few more lines of her to fix. Are you happy Happy, Joseph. I hope you're happy. Wrong way. There we go.
It is going poorly. You think if I that sugar kicking?
Yeah, that's her. I think this is her last line from this angle. Okay.
That sugar kicking in yet? That sugar kicking in yet? Okay.
Okay, there we go. All right, now back to normal, regularly scheduled program. No. No. Okay. That glass gonna be replaced. Oh, one thing I need to do. He needs a thumb on this hand. Yeah. Actually don't like how I animated this. This is one thing where I should have really had him have a snappy movement. I was like, nope. It shouldn't go to that either. Boop, boop. Yeah, I'm gonna fix that up too. This needs a thumb. That. Boop, boop. There's a thumb. That also means that this should probably be cleaned up. Yeah, so you don't give me enough hands, Joseph? This is what happens. I have to make them, and they look weird. You, where did that come from? Let's do it. Yep, got it. Pinky should be smaller. Fuck, I hate hands. I hate them. I can't draw in general, so when you tell me to draw something, when I need to draw something like hands that are already difficult, I'm gonna have a bad time. So, where is this? Actually, right below it. Okay, so we're going to go this way. That needs to go out too. Right there. Going to clean up all this stuff and redo it. Oh yeah, it flips around. Oop. Go. Not focus on that anymore. So just gonna right here, bigger, flatten this, flatten this. Fix the easing. J, sort of, N. I'm honestly. There's a problem. Good enough. I'm
I'm honestly.
Really, I should have him come around with his arm around this way, like bloop, and grab it, but I'm not gonna.
I'm honestly a little.
Okay. All right, now let's get back to what I was originally doing. Save it. Okay, so I need to fix this layer. Well, first off, I need to set up the shot. So basically what I do, I put everything I want to animate into a symbol, which is zone-contained animation, copy frames. And I will put the entire audio we have identical to, on the main timeline in here, so that whenever I want to go in, I can match it up without having to. I used to basically cut it up. Every line would have its own thing. And I realized this is a lot simpler because when I want to go in and say, I need this to be starts on frame 1244, I can go in here and just say first is on 1244, which doesn't exist yet, which is why there's nothing, which is why it disappears. But that's essentially what I've been doing with everything else. Like she starts on 112 and that's or 1112, and that's where this one starts. If you look down here next to the icons, a lot easier. Let's see. I want to fix the layering first. Need the forearm here, which will just be on the table. Should actually be wider because they have. Ooh, that's not gonna work. They have such wide torsos for their isometric shot. We don't really have a side shot. We should all have joined miter. No, these should be the same. Oh, I know why it's not. That should do it. It's still not doing it. Why is it not doing that? Why is it not? There we go. Okay, that's fixed. Again, minor details of things that are going to be changed anyway. Whatever. They're probably going to end up being smaller anyway. A little bit smaller. So she'll need forearms too. This needs to go on top. So what I will do, let's just put it on top for now. Cut this in half. Oop, wrong button. Cut this in half. Group. The other half of this will also be grouped separately. Oh yeah, it's gonna do that. Undo, undo. Turn to fills. Keep hitting J. For some reason, I keep mixing up the hotkeys for keys for Control G or Command G and Command J because they are phonetically similar, even though I don't say them when I hit the keys. So we got any comments? Nope, no comments. Nobody cares. Just as well, I need to focus anyway. We'll give them torso in a bit. Okay, so we're gonna do Control Shift D. Actually, what I want to do, it's not ready yet. I need to focus on putting. Let's see, break that apart. I'll break that apart again. Well, it's still not going to work. I'm going to put this over it. I have to go with my own standby. All right, Control B, Control G. Go back to what it was at. Her body, she's completely behind it. Let's give him another. Let's see, the hand should definitely be on top. Boo boo. Should be above as well, although we probably won't be able to see it. This. Still kind of want it there. Well, I can always grab it another time. I don't need it. What's he doing on the shot just before this? So his hand could be there. Yeah, it's fine if his hand is on top. Change this to a normal. He's got double drinks. Normal hand. It's not gonna work. Joseph, I need a version of this hand from the other angle. That would save me a lot of problems. It's not quite this one. All right, we'll just give him a fist. C, Control V. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go in here. I'm actually going to duplicate the symbol. Lloyd arm, I think I've done this before. Lloyd arm 1 over 2. He's already done 1 over. I'm going to take all of this, anything that's always going to be, almost always going to be above the thing, and go, we're going to make that invisible. That's going to go for the lines as well. Lines are invisible. You just cut them out, but we got to do this from 2. Okay. Control F. Invisible. Back to normal. Now stop being. There we go. Excuse me. Did I not? So bad at this. Oh, that's why. There we go. This should do it. Just invisible. Okay. So now we have something that can be over the table on top of something that's going to be under the table. And let's put this on top of that. So there we go. The only thing is that I have to move these two identically, but that's not really a problem. Yeah, it's good. Okay. What is Glynis doing the last scene? She's crossing her. Oh, why did I make her cross her arms? That's okay. It's actually going to be easier. I don't have to worry about layering. Just I got to figure out a way to make her cross her arms. Thank you, Joseph, for pimping me out. The tweet that just went by. Let's count me down how long until I know I'm going to have some sort of embarrassing tweet be shown. That's 5 word address. It's going to be a bit of like this anyway. Crossing her arms. It's going to be a very crude arm crossing. Let's see. Copy that. Glynis arm. 2 open. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put her into a group. Work on this without having to worry about some stuff. Whoop. Okay, which is... here's the trick here. She's not actually really crossing her arms. It's actually just this really crudely done thing that's slightly out of frame. So it didn't need to be really good. So I can do that easily. This one was... Oh, I've already forgotten. Stupid brain. All right, the right arm is forward. So this is right. Actually, I can lower this a little more. Just kind of have it below the table line and not have to worry about too much detail. Longer. The same sort of thing. Swap hand. That's a big hand. So I could do that. I think I did make it so she has just that must have been on the other one. Try and size it up. This will work fine, actually. I think it'll be fine. Not quite, not quite. I think these, let me go to the arm over, hand over. Yeah, these ones had this, and that kind of works a tiny bit better, as weird as they are. Really, this hand should be on top of this. And it's just a weird layering thing to try and do in Flash. And I'm just like, I don't want to do that right now. And for just such a simple setup. So this actually works a lot better. So let's make sure she's all the way in the back. We'll actually let's group these together because we need those to be the same. Everything else will be below. So let me see if I can get a little base in here. Get her muddy. See, Joseph, this is how tiny your normal things are compared to the size of the screen that I'm working on, which is 1280 by 720, and we're blowing this up to 1080 or to 1920 by 1080. So yeah, it's basically Captain McCracken kind of all over again. It's not as bad. They're big enough that it can work with, but we really should fix those up in the next episodes. They're just easier to work with. Like they're not even looking at each other right now. Oh, I needed that. Flip her around. Or up. When Joseph was doing this model, so if you don't know that this is a detective, Lloyd is a detective. I believe that's been said. So that we're giving this a slightly detective noirish kind of feel. We talked to Brad Jones about this. He doesn't want to. He didn't want to go completely like black and white and hard detective noir like that. More of a lighter tones, but it's enough that we were like we can sort of take themes from like Art Deco and and 1920s films and things like that, 1930s detective noir and stuff like that. This dress is actually, I believe, based on some pictures we found of the 1920s, 1930s era. So pretty simple, but it's enough to kind of give that feel, which is a nice little touch. Here's the thing. This is a... Watch the thickness of the line on the dress here. Boop. Goes down because it's not a symbol. So I actually want to keep these two things. I don't need the feet. I want to do the rest of it. So going here. So here's your sash. Okay. And this is going to be below that as well. But she's going to be sitting, so we got to kind of make this a weird sort of sitting thing. And you're not going to be able to see this that much, so I don't think it's too important, but just enough to, yeah, this frame's going to be cut off here anyway. Lower that a little bit. No, I don't go around wearing a dress, so I don't really know the best way to use a look. That's a little too high. Let's put it down to 7. Match. A little bit still. Let's put it down to 6. That'll be fine. That's good. It feels like the sash is kind of going over the middle and not doesn't feel like it's bleeding out. So I like it. It's fine. I'll make it darker under there anyway. Now let's give him his body. And once this is set up, I'll be able to just straight up animate, go back into the faces and animate. Lloyd base angle. Should got a data with his suspenders. Need for any of this. Need this nice London fog jacket. No, it's not quite London fog. No, his neck is down really far. Oh, it's because he's, I did that on purpose because he's kind of slouching because he's like, nah, not having a good date. B, just legs. C. Get out of here, you. These legs are actually pretty great to work with when I wanted to have him lean on the table in some of the earlier scenes. It is. Glynis's mouth is backwards. Have you been trying to tell me that on here? Yeah, that should be easy. I mean, that's gonna be an easy fix. Let me go fix that now. It is backwards. How did that happen? No, it doesn't. It doesn't seem backwards. Just the main mouth. No, that doesn't look right. Is it just the? It must just be the. No, it's not. I don't think it's backwards. I mean, it may be in this first one because there's nothing. She doesn't have any lip sync on frame 1. No, you're gonna have to explain to me a little better. Okay. He's got bell bottoms on. As well. There we go. It's a little weird. Feels a little weird. It makes it feel like really short, but I guess the waist does end there. So I'll make that darker when we have the actual table. So what I can do now is actually what I'm gonna do is this first. Let's see, Control B, Control Shift D. Now below here is Glynis. Control B, Control Shift D. All of this is Lloyd. So I gotta work with those two things. Where is the table? This is the table. I'm gonna mark that a little better. Table. Okay. That's it. I'm done. Goodbye, everybody. No, I'm just kidding. That was just setting up the thing. mean, framing's. I can't really do framing right now anyway. That's the big thing. I hate having to do this stuff after the before the backgrounds are ready. Let me throw up a little bit. A lot of hair. I wonder if this just means that Lloyd is balding. Is Lloyd bald? Guess it's just from the rather stereotype of ladies have to look not like have to have features to make sure you identify them as ladies. Ooh, look at her flashing gang signs. Yes. Okay, so her basic mouth is backwards. That's not my fault, Joseph. That's your fault. Well, maybe it's my fault. Flip that around. There we go. Okay, so now those heads are in the right spot. So what we're going to do now that we have this set up, this is going to go to match the frame that we're currently on, which is 1244. Yeah, she's set up pretty well. So let's go ahead and go in there. And first thing I do is I mark everything on here to denote that this is a new shot. It's essentially a cut. So I want everything to be unique, and this is how I keep track of it. Because I could do some frame labeling, but who needs that? Same in here, Control A, Control G. And I do that inside the lip sync thing as well, but you don't really need to do that right now. So, let's see.
Sugar's to keep me alert. The booze is just in case the date ends poorly.
Okay. So to fix this up, her eyes kind of too much. Because this is the same angle as the one I'm using for the slightly off front view, even though she has a separate front view, but it's the same angle I'm using for the previous shot. The head isn't different. So the background and her eye placement is really, and a bit of her face placement too, has really got to be what sets those two apart. So you know there's a cut. I guess I could move her head and hair a little bit back to kind of do that as well. Yeah, that works. Okay. Lloyd will get this treatment as well. Save button. Gotta go back to normal view, normal view. It was from Mystery Science Theater 3000, the movie. They're watching This Island Earth, and they go to normal view on the big screen, and there's this big dramatic sting, and they just I love Mystery Science Theater 3000. So he's going to be looking at the booze. And we can start him like this, and his ears. So here's one thing: we don't have we're not using eyebrows for these characters. We originally had it, and I talked to Joseph, and I was like, I kind of don't want to use eyebrows. Let's just use the eyelids to kind of as their eyebrows. And then to kind of add to that, to try and make up for some of the emotion, I animate the ears here. So generally, when they're straight up, things are okay or good. When they're straight down, they're kind of annoyed. I forget if that's actually how cats express themselves with their ears like that. I do the same thing for Major Canis in Wonders of the Universe as well. Really, any character with long ears. I think I did that for Shangus McGillicuddy, the big green bridge crew guy who voiced my buddy F-Threat, Fernando. He's got little antennae that I don't even know what they do. They're there for any reason, but to make him look like an alien. Let's see. Now I gotta figure out how to animate this.
Sugar's to keep me alert. The booze is just in case the sugar's to keep.
So he's gonna look. So he'll look up from there. So how about that? Have him looking. So animate the body first. So do everything that's not Lloyd. Lloyd view. So these ones aren't gonna move. So we can lock those down as well. Let me put that behind us. I can move that up. Oh, no, I can move it down. That's not gonna be a problem. We'll go over here. G. Meat one, get the money. C. Meat one, get the honeys. G. You actually don't want this to move either. His hand has no reason to move. But we want to adjust it. So grab both these, up a little bit. This. Probably doesn't need to go up. Yeah, it's good. We'll slide it in towards him. This would actually be better. Okay. Miranda, I hope you're watching and I'm entertaining you.
The sugar's to keep. The sugar's to keep.
So okay, so I select every frame I'm going to do. Click a thing here, so it's on the timeline. The activate mouse is on the timeline. Control M, then I'll leave my. We'll have all the frames selected, and then go into easing, and we'll do a simple double ease here. Yep, too much. Let's give him a nice smooth movement.
Sugar's to keep. Sugar's to. Sugar's to keep me alert.
So he'll move his head up. So where's his head? So I also do this to kind of delay his head movement
Sugar's
back.
to keep. Sugar's to keep.
I could do that in the easing the easing graph itself, but it's a little quicker to do it this way if I don't need it to be perfect. I can do a crude one that's fine.
Sugar's to keep me alert. The booze. The booze.
Let's see what he ends on.
That way I can go directly home.
Okay, so he's going to end on the pointing.
Sugar's to keep me alert.
So we'll go here and we'll have him do a reaction. What did I do here? That's what I want. That's what I want.
Sugar's to keep me alert.
All right, so his body back a little bit. Back two. Go down. Go in. All little minor details. Whoop. Click that so all the stuff stays collected. I don't have to reselect or select it. I don't have to reselect it. So let's basically cheat and just take this one again and start adjusting from there. Neck to come forward. I want to raise the neck up too because it's kind of just get away from the slouching. Excuse me. Blup, 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 blup. Yeah, it's not gonna work. I'm limited to. This is where I need that other part of this front of the arm. So we will put that into be under that. So let's raise that up. We will put that here. Yep. There we go. That here, that doesn't need to be there. And we want this sort of up here. A little awkwardness of this arm here, so we'll move that down. Back up. Okay, that's a little better. Same thing. And we will copy this. Basically, if you select an earlier or frame above, it actually goes. The hierarchy is like left to right, top to bottom. So your highest and then leftmost tween that you choose will copy and will be the ease that comes up in the graph. And you press OK, and it just copies all of these. So these aren't zeros anymore; they're the same thing. That head comes forward way too much. So his eyes will be tilted up at this point.
The booze is just
kind of like that.
Booze is just in case the date.
If I could take this hand at this point and kind of do something with it, like that. That's actually what I want to do. I'll fix that layering in just a moment. Lower arm. One. We want this to be above this. I actually want it to be above everything. That should also probably be above everything. Yeah, keep that together so I know where they are. Yeah, I can do something like that. And J. Do this too. Flip that to that. Wrong thing.
The booze is
Boop, 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 boop. This custom. Like that. Yeah, that works.
booze is just
Yeah, let's fix that up too. Yeah.
booze is just in case the date. Booze is just in case the date.
J. Down one. Yep, wrong frame. Down a little tiny bit. Then
The date ends poorly. That one ends poorly.
boop, boop, boop. Let's bring it back to this. Nearly this. Synchronize my symbols again. We definitely want to bring this back. Oopsie. Fix that up. Sounds bad. Yeah, select everything. Do 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 boop boo doo boo.
The date ends. The date ends.
So at this point, we'll bring this in at here, mid movement, and we'll actually make this bigger. Same size first. Yes. Ooh, that's really not good. Wrong one. Okay. There we go.
The date ends.
I actually get rid of this after that now.
The date ends. The date ends poorly.
Yeah, that looks good.
The date ends. The date ends poorly.
So, eyes aside, and Glynis's movement's next.
Game.
The sugars to keep me alert. The booze is just in case. The sugars to keep me alert. The booze is just in case.
Ooh, it jumps like that. Let's fix that. Want that to happen.
The booze is. The booze is just in case the date ends poorly. That. The date ends. It's the date.
Let's sort of give this some reaction too.
It's the date ends. The date ends poorly. It's the date ends poorly. The booze is just in case the date ends poorly. That way I can go directly. In case the date ends poorly.
Should actually make this longer. It does it too fast. Those are fine.
The date ends poorly. It's the date ends poorly. It's the date ends poorly. That way.
Okay, and make sure once again it's on 12:44.
Sugars to keep me alert. The booze is just in case the date ends poorly. That way I can go directly home and pass out
Good cut.
without thinking too hard about how I screwed up.
Okay.
Teehee. Any comments? Probably not. No.
Poorly. That way.
Okay, so next up.
Sugars to keep me alert. The booze is just in case the date ends poorly. That.
Let's just do Glynis right now. She'll just lean
Sugars
back.
to keep me alert. The booze is just in case the date. Alert. The booze is just in case the date ends. Sugars to keep me alert. The booze.
So I don't know if I should have her move back. I'll have her blink. I don't think I need her to kind of like. I was thinking have her just slightly lean back. So it doesn't need to do it on these things. So I can. Those. It might be distracting. I want it to focus on Lloyd in the scene because he's the one moving and talking, or in the shot. And we'll just steal that.
Keep me alert. Keep me alert.
I hate doing that. Flip them around. Fix the eyes. There we go. Okay.
Keep me alert. The booze. Sugars to keep me alert. The booze is. Me alert. The me alert. Me alert.
Okay, that works. All right, so let's go do. Well, she just blinked, so let's just do her face right now.
Me alert.
Starts about here. I'm just going to steal the blinking from this last one. Okay, let me enter in where her face starts. Ooh, far back.
Need alert.
Oh, you always do this, but might as well. Hopefully making the eyes kind of move with the blink.
Alert.
You didn't do that somewhere over here, I think. Yeah, it's like right here. I didn't even bother. No, I'm just gonna do that real quick.
That sugar kicking in yet?
That works.
Got news for you. The date is going poorly. Poorly.
I guess her eye can
Poorly.
adjust.
Poorly. Poorly.
Ooh, that wasn't that was a 100. That's right. Set that up. Basically, when I make a keyframe here, when I generate a keyframe, it actually retains everything in the custom easing for each of those new tweens. It makes them. It basically cuts the easing in half as well. But that only works with custom ease if it's just at 100 or 200. It does not do that. It does not retain it. So I got to go in and actually touch it up.
Poorly.
What's a neat little
Poorly.
trick?
Poorly. Poorly.
Think of
Yeah, that's good. Okay. Now back to here.
need alert.
Let's have her blink her ears too, if that makes sense. I can wiggle my ears. Can you wiggle your ears?
Need alert. The alert.
If you can wiggle your ears, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Need alert. The booze is just in case.
We'll do it the second time here. And synchronize all the symbols. Being with a hotkey. Let me go back to this.
Sugars to keep me alert. The booze is just in case the date ends poorly. That way.
There we go. It feels very natural.
Sugars to keep me alert. The booze is
All right, so now let's see if we can figure out where is his head. His head is purple. So is it this one? Yes, it is, because it says it right here. Because I'm an idiot. Okay. So these are gonna blink. So they'll blink right here. Control J. I want 12. Put that here actually. I could probably move his face over a little bit, and I think I'll do that. Be single frame on one.
Sugars to keep me
There we
alert.
go.
Sugars to keep. Sugars to
And we'll actually, let's do this. Oh, he looked so sad. So we will deal with his emotion after that.
Sugars to keep. Sugar.
Lorp. Lorp. That's good enough. Okay, we'll do it. Ease caveat as well.
Sugars to keep me alive. Sugars to keep. Sugars to keep me. Sugars to keep. Sugars to keep.
Just kind of push that forward a little bit. Symbols. Oh, symbol needs to resync there is the mouth really.
Sugars to keep me.
Put it on its own symbol.
Keep me.
Oop, he's looking too high. He's looking at your hair, lady. Eyes are down here. So,
Sugars to keep me alert. The booze.
let's see. All right. About right here where this happens. Oh, I got that exact. Good for me.
The date ends. The booze is just. The booze is just in case the date ends.
So we're gonna do a big old blink on this one. So back to the 12. Why are you looping? Because I've not selected the symbols correctly. Once 12. Ew. There we go. Watch my mouse wheel. Still not working. Oh, there we go. And we will steal this one.
The booze is.
Right there. I did that wrong. Okay. One. Steel frame.
The booze is.
Okay, that worked.
The booze is just.
Okay. We'll just do a simple go down to that.
The booze is. The booze is just. The booze is just in case the date ends.
Over here, we'll just same sort of thing. Just not even gonna make him blink on this one. I think it's superfluous. I do need to go to his after angle.
Date end.
That can go up one more. There we go.
The date ends poorly. That way I.
I gotta see how he's angled in this other shot. Oh, he's leaning forward. We can do that. Size a little bit.
The date ends.
Some minor adjustments.
Booze is just in case the date ends. date ends poorly. The date ends poorly.
Okay, there we go. Let's move this back a little bit. And here as well. How are his ears in the next shot? Also down. Good.
The date ends poorly. That way I can. The booze is just in case the date ends poorly. That way I.
Okay.
The sugar's to keep me alert. The booze is just in case the date ends poorly.
Ooh, I don't like her.
The sugar's to keep me alert. The booze is just in case the date ends.
Don't like her moving her ear. Let me get rid of her ear. Her ear blink on the second bit right here. I don't think that was distracted me.
Is just in case the date ends poorly. That way I can go directly home and pass out without thinking too hard about how I screwed up.
I've got news for you. I've got news for you. The date is going poorly.
Fun fact, we gave her a red dress for a reason. In fact, we tend to do colors. Well, we're still kind of getting set up with this, so we have a visual guide that we wrote up, and we're sort of following it. I think once we get used to like working on all these characters, we'll be able to do it a little better. And one of the main things that we're going to do is all tans and yellows and browns are going to be Lloyd at his office and life. And when we go to the the location of the week, quote unquote, type part of the episode, we'll be probably more focused on blues. The backgrounds are still being done for that, but we'll see.
Poorly. That way I can go directly.
But I think this work looks good.
The sugar's to keep me alert. The booze is just in case the date ends poorly. That way I can go direct.
And that means I can get rid of the.
The sugar's to keep me alert. The booze is just in case the date ends poorly. That way I can go directly home.
He's drinking apple juice. That's not true. All right, copy that. Roger, copy that. I don't even know if I want to do this angle and this shot for this one little thing. We'll put in here anyway. 1804, 1804.
I think if I yell.
Why did I make her?
You think if I yelled out, "Bartender, I'll take another," that a laugh track would stop playing?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you try it and see?
Bartender.
That sugar kicking in yet?
Okay. Track would stop playing.
Why don't you try it and see?
Bartender, I'll take another.
I don't know if that's a good cut.
I think if I yelled out, "Bartender, I'll
Well, the
take
cut's
another,"
fine, but I don't know if the
laugh
angle's a
track
good
would
cut.
stop playing.
Why don't you try it and see?
Bartender, I'll take. Bartender, I'll take another. Damn.
I love that. Any new comments? Hey, it's Miranda. I do have a thing for animating ears. I do think it adds a little bit more emotion to their face, especially since I'm so used to having static faces. And I think and I said this before, you might not have been in here, but it makes up for the fact that they don't have eyebrows. So what I've found since animating wonders is that the best way to get emotion out of the face without being able to move the face is eyelids, eyebrows. And then if they have large ears, use the large ears. So I'm using the ears and the eyelids to make up the eyebrows. And then sometimes I can move this little inner face bit. And that kind of does help.
And I'll take another.
See, like right here.
Bartender, I'll take another.
This is more for having them facing the other way, which is actually nice because I don't have to use a different symbol.
Bartender, I'll take another.
Pig. Joseph, do we have a name for this bartender? I feel like you should have a name. Let's see. 1804, 1804. So now you don't want to have to. So I have to reset this up, don't I? Add some more layers up here. Let's take care of it. So so I can either be cheap and have her go back to this angle, like during the cut, or to this arm position. Because in the previous shot that she's in, she's doing this. So I could have her say, like, during Lloyd's line here, she goes back to that, and we just show her kind of going to it at this point. That'd be the easier thing to do. I'm going to just... I'm going to do what? I'm going to actually set up the correct... no, not her. Oh, yeah, it's attached. So let's... It actually doesn't need to be moved too much to do it. It does need to be below her head, but it needs to be above the table, which means I got to move her head up here. But it's a different angle, so I don't have to show the... I'll take that. That'll go... That's got to go below this, so I'll move this up. And we'll do the same thing we did before, which is arm 1 over... I'm already using, apparently, over 2. A, Control F. E to blood, left to blood, C, C, C. Visible. So now let's go. It's gonna be a tough one. I mean, I could just. Yeah, might as well. Blues, don't forget about it. Yeah. 1. It's just a shadow for now. Oh, no. Now go to this. There we go. And then we'll pick that back up, put it on this layer in this exact same spot. Pull this out. Yeah, I'll do. Bloop, bloop. Yeah, it should be a... Well, her arm will be in a different... Her hand's not going to be there anymore anyway, so it's not going to be a problem. But yeah, that'll work. She's going to be bored. So her head does have to come up above this, though. As does her hand. I don't know if it's a good hand for this. Thumb's going to go on the back. And this is what I was using. Good for that one angle. But yeah, we'll just use a fist. Actually, with the hand, it doesn't need to be overhand because it can be normal. It's got to be the other fist, though. I think that works. So next is that this has to be over the table. The table is up here. It's Lloyd's arm. So let's add some more up here just to make sure I don't get confused at where all the things are. Boop, boop, boop. So she'll be holding a glass or something in this hand, so... Over 2. There we go. I can get away without... Yeah, whatever. I do have to flip this around. I don't want to because the shadow should really be below, but the shadow on the other part of the arm is on the other side, and we'll flip that one around, so it'll be fine. It's fine. There we go. She should be leaning forward too. You know what, I could do that. Too tedious. Frame by frame, I would have this done by now. Yeah, probably not. So, you know what? I actually don't want to use that hand. More of a palm in some bits. Yeah, that might work. Actually, I can squish it. It doesn't matter. Okay, there we go. That hand needs to be changed. These actually have to be above. So these down, these up. We set that up. Oh yeah, she really needs to be holding a glass of wine or something. I forget what's in the animatic. I think it's like a martini. This could be over a bit more, though. That's the other thing. Don't want to do that. 1804. Let's make sure. Let's get the head right. Okay. Tick. This is the animatic storyboards. There we go. And we'll make your border in this shot. I feel like she needs to be leaning forward a bit more for that kind of resting your head motion should be.
Why don't you try it and see? Why don't you?
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Stop yelling at me. Top comments. Well, I'm the top comment.
Why don't you try it and see?
You.
Why don't?
It's up to J. Okay, let's just do his first because he doesn't have any dialogue.
Why don't you try it and see? Why don't you?
He switches to a smiling face at this point.
Why don't you try it and see?
Now, do I have an animation of his eye going all the way from? It did. It would be over here. That should be there. Do at 190.
You try it and see.
Play once, 190. It did it again. Doing it again. There you go. Work.
Bartender.
I can actually get rid of those there. And just to get the mouth right. Where's the mouth? Where are you, mouth? There you are. We want to flip over about here. So I'm going to actually... Might be able to do it without even... No, it's too much. I can do this. It does go down a bit, so I can do that. That works. That doesn't need to be there. Okay.
Bartender.
Sooner then.
Bartender. Bartender.
Why don't you try it and see?
Here's my blinky eyes.
See? Why don't you?
Blinky eyes. After me, I can't copy them over. So 12. Single frame. These are squinting. That's not good. Fine. J, the jet plane. Play once. Over one more. Let me fix that issue with the
Why don't you try it and see?
no. Let's take this one single frame that fixes that.
Why don't you try it and see?
Bartender.
Yeah, this shouldn't be down like that. These should be up because he's not going to be... I guess he's now happy in that shot, so what we can do is this.
Bartender. 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 I'll take.
Why don't you try it and see?
And we'll do that.
Don't you try it and see?
Actually, yeah, I don't want him to have that happy face until, or the happy ears. Super happy ears and go up a little bit.
Why don't you try it and see?
Bartender. I'll take another.
It's so happy. Oh, yeah, happy. Okay.
Why don't you try it?
You. There we go.
Why don't you?
So let's save it and see how it looks in the main timeline. I'm gonna go do Glynis. Then I think I'll take a break and take a break from this shot, this scene. I have one more bit to do in here and just go add like the backgrounds just so I can semi-break. And then
Why don't you try it and see?
Playing.
Why don't you?
Main timeline.
Laugh track would stop playing.
Why don't you try it and see?
Bartender, I'll take. Bartender, I'll.
Ooh, his arm is in the wrong spot in that one. Good thing I noticed that. Thanks for telling me, everybody. God. Actually, I haven't animated this bit yet, so it doesn't matter. All right, so we'll add 2 here because I don't want to mix up the symbols. Boop, 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 boop. I guess they don't have to go there. I'm gonna be above this. So we'll add them here. Why is the head below the table? Why did I do that? Why am I an idiot? Whatever. Now it's gonna be above. He usually sit on a table. Put his hand in his lap, maybe. Yeah, that'll work. This should probably do a little more. I don't even need the hand there. I'm just kind of distracting. Go on smaller. Select the table. What are you doing? I'm afraid that's like a distracting. Let me just have it off frame here. I don't want the eye to go to that little piece, and it's probably because there's no background on it yet. But let's have him have his little gorilla thing right here. He's like, I got super long arms. Did you know Lloyd is the first member of the DK crew? I did, because I have inside information to Lloyd.
Why don't you?
Oh, the laugh track would stop playing.
Why don't you try it and see?
I don't like that. Let me just. We'll just pretend it's. I mean, I'm going to make this darker and probably bigger anyway, so we'll just pretend it's. His arm is on there. Oop. Oh. I think that works. I think that'll be fine. I'll fix it up and we'll get full background then. Now for Glynis.
And
Why don't you try it and see?
bartender, I'll. Bartender,
Try it and see.
bartender, I'll take another.
I feel like I could cut out like 10 frames here, and I'll probably do that in post.
Bartender.
1/3 of a second I want to cut out. 1/3 of a second. Glynis time. Chance time. All right, so we know, let's see, what we want? We want this. All of this is Glynis, so we want to cut down anything that's not Glynis. So we can do that. Everything at the top is good. And then everything at the bottom, minus the sash and that, which are the things on top. All these other bits are fine. So there we go. We got Glynis set up. Ready to animate. See, why don't you try and see? So do this pose first. Yeah, the hair has to go too. And we want cut, cut. That's good. I'm trying to take the whole damn thing. There we go. All right. Guess this one shouldn't actually move either. Top. Oop. A little bit. A little tiny bit. Okay, that's right. You're on top. I got it. All right. Sorry, mumbling to myself as I try and think this through. Yeah, that needs to be fixed. All right. So that's not moving, so we cut that off. All right, let's do a double ease. Fix up the head. Fix up the hair.
Why don't you try? Why don't you try?
And this actually should be touched up as well. No, wrong one. Sort of.
Why don't you try? Why don't you try it?
It's subtle, but it's
Why don't you try it and see?
Let's do a slight knot up here. Boop, boop, boop. Boop. I don't need to do everything. We'll just do everything.
See? Don't you try it and see?
Don't need to do that. It's got to go back to the 18. One more.
See? Try it and see.
Just one more. Okay, there we go.
Try it and see. Try it and see. See? Why don't you try it and see?
I guess Lloyd has to move too. I guess I didn't move him. Just did his face.
Why don't you try it and see?
All this stuff. Do again. All right, getting there. Ah, no. Hey. There we go. This will do it. J. More back.
Bartender.
Why don't you try it and see?
Bartender.
I think that'll work. I don't think I need to do anything other than that.
Why don't you try it and see?
Bartender. And
Why don't you try it and see?
bartender.
Give her a blink right here. I blink. Grab one from over here. Yes, I can.
Date is complete.
Except I don't think I can. Can I? No, it's slightly different. What do these blink on? I don't actually remember. 174. That's not right.
I've good news for you. It is going forwardly.
What's this? 130. Although they're already kind of at that for some reason. No, that's a glitch. 130. Play once.
Why don't
I'll bring this back to the same thing, the single frame.
Why don't you? Good news for you. Date is going. Why don't you try? Why don't you?
Okay, we'll do this. Boop, boop.
Why don't you try it and see? Try. Why don't you try it and see?
And set C, we'll just go back down to flat ears. Flat ears, Mackenzie.
Try it and see. Why don't you try it and see?
Bar-
Quicker.
See.
bar-
There we go.
See. And see. Why don't you try it and see?
Bartender.
All right, I think that's looking good. I got one more bit to do on this, but like I said, I'm going to take a break starting backgrounds in instead because that's just framing rather than animating. I will put this in and set up the shot. 2344. Cut it off here. Save. Take out the.
The laugh track would stop playing.
Why don't you try it and see?
Bartender, I'll take another.
Get back up to that in. Okay, so let's go back to some of the other scenes, which might have slightly more spoilers, but that's fine. I think the three of you watching, technically two, because I'm watching as well. Maybe. Okay, so just seeing your stuff now, Miranda. Just keep away, stepping away to answer phones. Well, in case you are here, I will. She has a drink. I haven't made it because I don't even like the prop I made for the square glass that Lloyd has. The voices are all actually people within the Cinema Snobs circle who I'm not sure. I don't remember specifically who voices whom. We'll obviously get that information before we do the credits. I do know that Lloyd is done by the Cinema Snob himself. And for those who don't know, based on his cat, who is named Lloyd, who actually solves detectives. He is an actual detective cat. And we're just making a cartoon series out of his detective adventures. Voices are actually pretty good. There are one or two that are not up to like the quality that we usually expect from when you voice actors do give us stuff for wonders. Most of that's because some of the people in the circle are, the internet reviewers, so they're not too worried about, or maybe not even have the setup for just like clear recording because they don't really need it. They're just talking to people, not doing a voice for something. Some of them are on purpose because the movie that we're spoofing in this episode is a bad movie that has bad audio quality at times. So, yeah. But a lot of the voice is actually pretty clear. This is pretty good. Back to the scene. Joseph, I don't like how you made me flip his head over. It's wrong. It's wrong. All right, let's see. We don't have an exterior shot yet. Do have this. So let's go get the voice. Lloyd art. Project Lloyd. Backgrounds. That's a spoiler. Luckily, everything is in the way. So the backgrounds of Casey did that are still to be done, and we're going to take it. I'm going to replace this this serif. I'm going to replace that font. It's wide angle. Don't need that just yet. So the first one I need is the door. So let me actually copy this in. We'll see. I think his is done in. Yeah, he does his straight up in 1080. So this is going to be super big. Super freak. Super freak. Out of the way. What do we need? Cody the Cody thing. Casey, it's called a coat rack. Ah. It's also a hat rack. I need to do two things for this. I need to should be something over here, like a picture. Yes, let me go. I need to do the door font. Forget where I put that. So that's props, fonts. There we go. What does everybody like better? Stony Island NF or Dreamcatcher? I like this one, but this feels a little more appropriate to use. I could mix them together. Something like this. I think this is the door number. Put it on this. You like doing this Diagon Alley angled stuff. That's good. It kind of adds a little bit of cartooniness to what is otherwise my non-cartoony type of style. A little smaller. Yeah, it's fine. What I'll actually do is then F8. Buffer props. These are all broken down, right? Yes, they are. Good. What's that? He's got the same door room number as Quentin Quasar does? That's a coincidence. I do want to check something because I haven't been. I want to go back over the visuals that we picked for this. So I'm going to open that up. New window. So Casey put in all these vertical lines. We didn't actually set anything up with that, but I guess we'll start using them. This is what we were supposed to originally do, but we kind of only sort of doing that. All right. Go away. So one thing is these are 3 different backgrounds. What I want to do is make this bigger to make sure it is covering. And I need to get Lloyd's. No, I don't want to say font. File open recent scene 3. Yes, 3 has it. Yes, that's something that's going to happen. Here it is.
Lloyd, I'm going to have.
Got this. Close this for now. Scene 2. I'm going to put this on the coat rack. The coat rack, Cody thing with coat. That's really big. So small. Okay, we'll give that we'll give it this brown. Yep. 1, want it to be this. I need to pick this color. Is this brown? Will that work? Yes, it will. And this 2 kind of needs that. And I'll expand 1 pixel. Yeah. So we'll make this a dark gray. Yeah, dark gray. 0.5. Work. No, it didn't work. There we go. 1. F. No, it didn't work either. Too small. Still not working. I guess I'll do this the hard way. Help. Expand fill 1. Make that dark. It's over it. Help. Expand fill 1. That'll do. God, Joseph, I've blown this up really big, so everything is really kind of weird when I'm trying to do this. We really need to make these bigger. Okay, that should do it. Super big. I can make that smaller. It shouldn't be that big. Back into it. Let's see. We'll have to do. Hopefully that won't look weird. And I gotta turn this into shadows. So just break, Control F. Bring that, and then we turn it black, and we'll match this. Whatever this is, 25% black. 5. Oh, black. Wait a second. And we will X and 8 show. Well, I mean, I can always remake this, no problem if I need to. So we'll just G. Guide layer and hide it. There, so I didn't want that to kind of double up like that. I want everything to be flat. Okay. That over a bit. Smaller. All right, it should be fine. Okay, I got that. This is going to have a steady zoom.
You're a private investigator. You ask people questions for a living.
Yeah, I asked.
A little more.
A private investigator.
bit.
You're a private investigator. You ask people questions. You're a private investigator. You ask people questions for a living.
See how that looks.
Why are you so bad at dates, Lloyd? You're a private investigator. You ask people questions for a living.
Yeah, I ask them questions.
Let's try that again. I want this to be right there. Be too much.
You're a private investigator. You ask people questions for a living.
Yeah.
Haven't gotten the exterior shot in yet.
You're a private investigator. You ask people questions for a living.
Yeah, I ask
I don't
them
think that's
questions about
necessary,
missing
but I can always take it out later if I feel it's distracting. I'm taking my brilliant desk and say, okay, let's go to what's the next one? Desk 1. Yeah, it's this one. Okay. C. Now, play Control C. Do. Let's do 75%. That was the zoom, not the idiot. These are still a little big on that, so. Okay, that works. I'm going to take this and this actually go in here where this is.
Yeah, I ask them questions about missing children, murdered relatives, missing children, murdered relatives, cheating spouses, none of whom I want to.
So these are all going to be the same. Clear keyframe. Punch it back in here. We want to line this up. This could actually go outside of it. So we want to line this up. We'll figure out more stuff to put on his desk eventually. No, I'm not too happy with his lines on this one. Make them a bit thicker. Wait, did he already convert them to? He converted them. Crazy. Well, I guess I wanted to convert, but. Oh no! Look at that. That's just the. What the hell is this? Oh, that's to get the bottom one more. Okay. God, his neck is so huge in this shot now that I'm used to the other one.
I ask them questions about missing children.
I'm never gonna not see that anymore, am I? You wanted this to be. Help, expand, fill. One. No, file. Fill. Let's do it 9 more. Am I insetting it again? Help. Expand. 10. That's more like it. I can fix up some of this stuff. All of these. exterior of it. This, this, and this, and this. We will make them 3. Take the outside. We'll make it a 5. Let's see what that looks like. And we will miter. In fact, everything will be mitered. It's a little better, but I want to. That's going to have a certain color background. Darker. Yeah. No, let's try this. Yeah, that works. I don't even think I need this anymore. Oh, the rest of these, the black kind of works for the rest of them too. I don't know what this needs to be. Thicker. It needs to be darker. 2, 5. Come on, these things. This does have to be. This one does have to be black. No. Five. There we go. All right, that kind of works. They go over the rest of the stuff too. So let's just get this in for now.
Yeah, I ask him questions about missing children, murdered relatives, cheating spouses.
It's bothered me.
Spouses, none of whom are.
Lamp will go elsewhere. I don't like how this. I mean, I'd love to frame this up so she's in front of one of these, not both. Like that. Oh, good. Oh, good. I can do that. I'll go back and fix up these. Boop, boop, boop. You shall be 6. You shall be 3. That's supposed to be a liquor cabinet. He's got a lot of liquor. All right, now I'll do this one. One, 2, 3, make them 6. The rest of these get 3s. That's a lot. So this can get 2. Miter them too. Join miter. That's a problem. So we can put these back up to how it was, 3. These should be mitered as well, or these should be. Yeah, let me do that. Okay. That's good. Should also be mitered. Miter. I don't have to. Hope I don't have to fix this up too much. Love that. It looks good.
Yeah, I ask.
People questions for a living.
Yeah, I ask them questions about missing children, murdered relatives, cheating spouses, none of whom I.
Let me just move in everything. Uh, 50. I'm good for the close-ups though. $100. That's not too bad. This is a bit distracting.
None of whom I want to sleep with at the end of the night.
That works. Okay. Desk lamp into. Lamp. I love lamp. Oh, just gonna do that and put over here. Oh, it's just getting in the way. Alright, let's go fix up the lamp prop too. Five, 3. Should actually 6, not 5. Control A. Miter. Any new comments? Nope. Need to do. Do these 3s. Right. We still stay at 6. Okay, that's good. That should be a lot darker. Okay, there we go. I don't like either. I want to make that 6.
None of whom I want.
All right, let's go in and add the thing there, here. XP. Gets tilted a little bit. Here. Yeah, that works. Get rid of that.
Oh, so somebody's already forgotten about the.
Now that she
This should be just about the same.
turned out that she killed her.
Cut out all the old one. So we should just do that so we don't have to move anything else.
You know what? You're.
Why it's slightly higher in this shot? Oh, because I just moved him. Okay, there we go.
It turned out that she killed her husband, so there was absolutely no grief on her part.
You know what your problem is? You're too much of a pushover. Nothing rattles you. You're easygoing.
This one I can use the same. That's the same thing here. Should be able to do it. $100. Front shot, first shot. Look how goofy she looks in this shot. Oh. Probably a little smaller. I don't like that. That might be okay. Too much green on that side. All right, that might be okay.
You're easygoing, even tempered.
That should do it.
You're easygoing.
I may have to blur these.
You're easygoing, even tempered. I don't think I've seen you get annoyed with anyone for more than 10 seconds.
This conversation.
Give it another second.
Huh?
So this is another slightly altered angle from what this is. You might be able to deal with it. Look, that's the same thing.
Give it another second.
Let's set this up a little further back so we can make this a little smaller.
Conversation.
For one frame. How did that happen? Oh, yeah, because I had to move it up here for one whole frame. Again, that's the same. So let's get rid of this. Yeah, let's keep it neat and tidy. So this one's actually a little further back.
You asking if I beat her? You asking if I beat her?
Yeah, that works. These are all the same. Bloop, bloop. I think that's the last one. I missed this one.
It's my favorite bar.
One of these days, you're gonna your life.
Yeah, I'll have to replace that with the front angle. Okay, so if we are going to go back to this, means we could probably start just moving this. Let's see. So this is fine.
What I mean, see what I mean? When that broad last night told you.
Are you asking if I beat her?
Huge, huge window, it looks like. No, so this is a bit further back, so I can make this stuff smaller.
Beat her?
So a little bit.
Beat her? You asking if I beat her?
What did you do? What did you do?
Do. Put that down 10.
Are you asking if I beat her?
What did you do when she turned you down?
Be right back real quick. Needs myself a drink. I'm gonna pour that out. I'm okay. I've got a lovely Red's Apple Ale, hard cider. Had a land shark earlier. Any comments? Yes, it does. I agree, Joseph. To see when it goes through. Once we have all the stuff in, I had to. I don't know if you're here, but I had to touch up the lines because the way Casey did it, he did a flat line and everything, and just did the outside of it with a with a fake line, slightly bigger, but didn't quite look as good. Okay, that's good. Put that in.
It was a bottle of Kentucky bourbon.
You paid the whole check?
She had already.
Actually, I gotta add in the light to those wire shots. It's close up. I don't need to do it there. Here probably needs it. Oh yeah. It's a little blur. Don't know how that's gonna look. Just hanging out the back there. At the edge there. Like that's in the shot. Shouldn't be. Oh well. Take it out if it doesn't work.
You asking if I beat her? Made the check.
Boop, 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 boop. Doesn't need to be that big in the shot. That's the thing. It's a desk lamp. A little bigger in this shot. Yeah, it works. All right, so that's one angle. I think I got everything except this one. Do that now. Should probably grab the original. A little bigger. This over a little bit. Luckily, I could frame them up pretty well.
She had already left. I couldn't stiff the place. It's my favorite bar.
One of these days, one of these days.
Yeah. And this is the other one I can. Excuse me. We'll replace with this. Should be here, here. Let's add to this. That'll work. Oh, no. Or ain't tall enough. Here. I will fix that knob up in a bit.
Or you'll end up shooting someone. Or you'll end up. Or you'll end up. Or you'll end up shooting someone.
I'm praying for both.
Probably want this over a little more.
Or you'll end up. Or you'll
too much down there.
You'll end up shooting.
And let's just give it back ease.
Or you'll end up
From here.
or you'll end up or you'll end or you'll end or you'll end up or you'll end up
Ease is too strong. Either mild apply.
or you'll end up shooting someone.
I'm praying for both. Send in my 130.
Still feel this should be over a little tiny bit more, just wider. Well, actually, Lloyd can be moved back over.
Or you'll end up shooting someone.
Yeah, it's fine.
Or you'll end up life. Or you'll end up shooting someone.
I'm praying for both.
I have to darken this once I get the rest of this background in. But otherwise, things should be fine. This should actually be lower, so it should be like that. This could actually be bigger now. It's going to be about the size for it. This is called limited space. Basically, I'm using multiple planes of flat space. That is, space without apparent depth.
I'm praying for.
Okay, so we got that angle in. That's fine. So, except for the front of the desk. We'll go back and add that in later. So I'm not actually sure if the front shot is done yet. Here's the reverse angle. So make sure all of that is in. Yep. Okay, so copy. To 50. It's so nicely. This could be a little taller over here. Fortunately, with this, I'm not going to hang in there even. Move you over there. Oh, we can actually be a lot bigger in this one now. So let me get this. Actually add shading to that. Her butt needs shading. Get rid of the desk first. There we go. Yeah, that works. I guess it shouldn't actually be the same color as this. Really, this should be. The next bit too. Okay, now let's get the desk in here. This is such a weird angle. So I don't even need to get the desk. Oh yeah, I do for this. Fine, get rid of that. Kind of want to make this bigger though. And I want to make this thicker. Because it kind of blends in with the wood floor. Kind of what I'm worried about. Shadow. All right. Seven. There we go.
You know what your problem is?
Which means this is probably too high. Lower that. This is a big litter box. Okay, so let's go into this door and get rid of Casey's stupid lettering. Flipped. This we could still put in. I don't want the lamp on, so I want the lamp off. Those gradients don't look good in the, let's see, make that gray or something. That's a good gradient. Looks like a gradient. No, it's my eyes playing tricks on me. Gray. Probably gonna be some sort of blue. I'm not good with like glass and watercolors for this stuff. Three. Two. Get rid of that. It's not going to work. It's going to be a 1. Other of these are going to be 1s as well. And these are going to be a little darker green. Oh. That could be 3. Be 3. It'd probably be 2. Be a 1. Everything needs a miter. Needs a 2 as well. There we go. That looks good. Let me make that a little grayer. A little grayer. That'll be fine. Okay, lamp is off. The way the desk is set up is actually quite weird because it's sort of like not at a good angle for shot reverse shot, and so I had to kind of play around with that. It was not the best idea.
That's different. It turned out that
Framing
that's
this.
different. That's different. It turned out that she killed her. It turned out that she killed her husband.
But this does look pretty nice with backgrounds. It's a little distracting, though, I have to say. There's a lot of stuff going on. Like, as much I want to keep that the mountain picture in the background because I like it. I'm worried it's just messing up the shot. Two electric boogaloo. Hang in there, human. What was this one? Guide. Yeah, that looks like a much better thing. Sad to see him go, though. I should post it over there. I mean, I can always put those back in, but for now, we'll take them out. I blame the beer on the burping. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out a way to do the litter box thing. I completely agree with you, Miranda. Might have to get rid of the scratching. So, I mean, I can move it like this. Make it a little smaller. You can do that. Maybe not have the scratching post or put it in like the other corner or something. Yeah, so the other thing is that these lines, yeah, that's what I can do. Let me fix this up. Maybe we'll leave this in just to. It's because he can't tell that there's a corner here. So I need to put a. How do you really do that? I need to put something there to denote that there is a corner. EX. Candy. That's how you spell expand. So that kind of does it. I don't like it being this gray, though. This green, make it a darker green. There we go. I think that helps it. But hey, I salvaged the mountain. I took out the spaceship because I don't think we need the spaceship in there. But whatevs. Then 8. Okay, take this out and actually add it here. So. Need a little smaller. Now I don't want to skew it. So much burping. I apologize for the burping. Why is this an oval? Miter the join. For 3. This doesn't have the outline. Let's need it on the bottom. Mm-hmm. 100. Sorry, I'm not very chatty now. I'm just kind of focused. 5. There's one time Casey needs to work on putting everything on the same, on different things on different layers. we go. Should look a little better. 100. Yeah. Boop. Do that. Okay, that's good. I don't know how that should interact with that. Should be above it. Yeah, and let me cap this. See what he's doing here, but it's just not working. It's blending in with the floor. It's not good. Put down here too. There we go. Okay, fixes that up. I think everything else is fine in this shot.
Turned out that
So we can take this, move it over to here. This has got to be a slightly different angle, though. Really wanted there to be a roof. Or ceiling.
Case.
Per over. Yeah, close. That. I think that'll do it.
What did you paid the whole check?
she had already left. I couldn't stiff the place. It's my favorite bar.
One of these days.
Oh, that doesn't work. That's not quite long enough. That'll do.
One of these days you're gonna.
Stiff the place. It's my favorite bar.
One of these days you're gonna find some.
Bar.
One of these days you're.
This angle I hate because the way I had to do it without jumping the line of action, I was forced to have her be on this side and walk to the left, even though she's technically in this angle walking towards the far wall with the bookcase on it when she should actually be walking towards the door. So, yeah.
She had already left. I couldn't stiff the place. It's my favorite bar.
One of these days you.
Yeah, so this is looking good with the backgrounds. This one doesn't have the wide shot in it, unfortunately. That's only in a couple other shots because I don't want to use it too much. Why is this angle lighter than this angle? Seriously, Casey, you gotta keep a color. Gotta keep colors.
Down.
I paid the check.
Oh, I guess that's
I
fine.
paid the check. I went home. Paid the check. Paid the
These over.
What did you do? What did you do when she...
You kind of want to. This is gonna look good. Let me just see what it looks like. It's slightly blurred. It's not gonna look good, but I mean, it's just that I'm worried that she doesn't stand
what did
out.
you do when she turned you down?
I can just move that over.
You paid the whole check?
She had already left. I couldn't stiff the place. It's my favorite bar.
One of these days... Or you'll end up shooting someone.
I'm praying for both. Send in my 130.
Yeah, it looks good. Looks good. Let's see if there's any. Can I add in this one? This might not work, but let's give it a shot. It's like, really, I need her like right next to the door. Let's see. Just want that stuff, then will go away. We want this broken. We want those two things. Got a text message from a friend. Let's see what that is about. But I'm actually going to call it here. I'm going to go back and finish some stuff up later tonight, mainly the rest of the first scene. But thank you for joining in with me. I hope you like how the backgrounds look. I'm actually very happy with how they've come out and how they look so far. But yeah, thank you for joining. Let me see if there's any other questions, comments, concerns. Going home. All pets are welcome to Thunder. Well, thanks for showing up, Miranda. That was great. I will catch everybody later. Thanks a lot. Let you know when I do the next one. Bye!